Well, hello, Worldwide Core Radio. How are you this afternoon? I am telling you what. I was just looking at the weather because we were considering going and watching a baseball game this afternoon. And just looking at the weather here in Oklahoma, our heat index is 110 today. So if you're outside and doing anything, it's gonna be hot. So drink lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of water wherever you are. So hopefully wherever you are, it's not as hot as it is here. But we are starting off June super hot this year, which is fine with me because if you've listened to any of my previous shows, you know that I like to spend lots of time in the sun at the pool during the summer. I do not use chemical synthetic sunscreen. I use an all natural mineral sunscreen, so I don't have to worry about the chemicals, because that's what we are going to be talking about today, is how and why to live a more natural lifestyle. So welcome to Healthy Journey. My name is NeAnne, and I am here to hopefully inspire and bring awareness to a more natural lifestyle and why it is important to you and your family. So I pray the information that I share with you is something that inspires you to do better in your maybe your eating habits, maybe the items that you bring into your home and use with and around your family, and that way you can kick the chemicals to the curb. So just so you can submit questions to me if you have some questions that you'd like to ask. I will give you my disclaimer. I am not a doctor. I cannot diagnose, prescribe, nor treat any diseases, so that's not what I'm here for. I am here to share information about natural health and wellness and how to support your body to a more healthy living, and how to get the chemicals out of your home and why it's important to get the chemicals out of your home. So if you would like to submit questions, excuse me, my email is healthyjourney2016@gmail.com. That's healthyjourney2016@gmail.com. Hashtag healthy living with NeAnne. And so you are more than welcome to email me questions if you have them about how to get rid of the chemicals in your home, how to improve natural health and wellness in your home. But no questions about disease, medication, anything like that. All right, so today we're going to be talking about why it is important, why we are talking about what we're talking about, and what some of those causes, some of the things that you can do to prevent or just make your home better, safer for your family. So we're going to discuss that. So one of the resources that I have been sharing, we've been walking it through on a weekly basis. Sometimes I use this reference, which we're going to use today, which is The 100-Year Lie by Randall Fitzgerald. Sometimes I read excerpts out of there. Sometimes I look at research that is just coming out, articles on new studies that are out on health and wellness or disease causing chemicals, how you can avoid those chemicals. Sometimes we talk about food, so it just depends on what I've got going on that day, honestly, because I am the mother of 5 children. We do homeschool, and so some days I have more time than others. We're going into the summer months, so our homeschooling is slowing down significantly, but our pool time is increasing significantly, so that's awesome. I am blessed to be able to spend the day with my babies. It's just something that we have always been blessed and thankful for sure. But I also love to share and teach about natural ways to support your health, the health of your family, and to kick the chemicals to the curb, get them out of your house, because that's just a few ways that you can change your entire life and how you deal with life. So, what I'm going to be talking about today is from The 100-Year Lie by Randall Fitzgerald. This was a book that he wrote back in 2006. I still need to look. I need to just get on there and look. And see if he's updated any of the information since then. In 2006, this was new information. So I just need to see if he's added any statistics since then. But I'll read you the introduction, the first paragraph in the introduction, and why he wrote this book. Because he says, over the past 100 years, our species has been engaged in a vast and complicated chemistry experiment. Each and every one of us, along with our children, our parents, and our grandparents, has been a guinea pig in this experiment, which uses our bodies, our health, our wealth, and our goodwill to test the proposition that modern science can improve upon the foods and medicines of nature. So that's what his introduction is. So we've been talking about, we're in chapter, if you're following along, we are in chapter 6, which the title is, Are We Becoming a Mutant Species? And he has a quotation at the beginning of that from the National Research Council Commission of Life Sciences study from 2000, which states exposure to toxic chemicals and a combination of genetic and toxic chemical factors cause about 28% of all developmental defects affecting 120,000 infants born each year. So there's the quote from the beginning. But we're going to talk today about the myths, some of the myths we cherish. We love to believe in these myths, and I'm telling you that's what I believed in before I started my healthy journey and started researching. But one of the other myths that we talked about last time was plastics are harmless. So we talked about how plastics are not harmless for our environment or our bodies or the animals and fish and birds and all the other species in our environment. Plastics are not harmless, especially the BPA. So since this book is written, you've seen lots of companies get rid of the BPA. But there are still chemicals that make up plastic because they are made of petrochemicals, right? So the next myth we cherish that he discusses is that everything is normal. Everything is normal. So I'm going to jump right in here. And then I'm going to give you the good news at the end about how it is so easy to make the switch and make small changes. You can you can do it by leaps and bounds, or you can do it one thing at a time. It's totally up to you and what your personality and your budget can determine for you. But there is a way to do it, and I'm going to share that with you here in a little bit. But the myth we cherish, everything is normal. So more people seem to have cancer today only because we are living longer. More children seem to have autism today only because our detection techniques for disease are more highly developed. More of us may have more chemicals detectable in our bodies today, but that is normal and not a cause for concern because those chemicals are, quote unquote, just passing through. Those three statements, each of which is countered somewhere in this book, are a sampling of informational, quote unquote, facts featured on websites funded by the chemical industry and the plastics manufacturers. They typify the well-funded public relations campaign initiated by those economic interests, along with the food and drug industries, to convince us that we have nothing to fear but fear itself. The quote-unquote just passing through analogy in particular, as promoted on the Phthalates Information Center site, is intriguing enough to quote at length. So, quote, according to movies about the Old West, the town sheriff made it a habit to ask strangers in town about their intentions. The response, just passing through, was meant to reassure the sheriff and the local populace the stranger wanted no trouble and would soon be gone. Just passing through could be the exit line for most of the substances that get into our bodies from our daily eating, drinking, breathing, and touching, unquote. Chemicals that we carry around within us as a body burden, according to this plastics industry argument, are well below regulatory safety levels and break down and disappear as fast as they arrive. Just like this cinematic sheriff, the body can readily handle the small amounts of materials that are just passing through. That's what the website says. In other words, don't worry, be happy. Those 700 or so synthetic chemicals a normal person now carries around in their body, which hadn't, by the way, broken down and disappeared when they were measured in the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention studies, have become normal hitchhikers in our bodies today, even though none of those chemicals even existed when your grandparents were born. Redefining what is normal has become a game that special interests play. But the rules of this game are changing faster than anyone wants to acknowledge. Take the most basic assumption in chemical risk assessment, an assumption used in connection with all products produced, that there is a certain safe level of contamination below which no effects are caused. That reassuring idea was dealt a serious blow in 1999 with the publication in Environmental Health Perspectives of a study showing that endocrine disruptor chemicals can cause health effects at extremely low dosages. Some low levels of exposure actually create more negative health effects in either humans or animals than higher doses do. A friend of mine, Terry Cafferty, a senior engineering consultant to various aerospace firms, heard some of these, quote, redefining what is normal, unquote, statements from the chemical industry and detected some parallels to his own field. I often deal with scientists in my work, really intelligent people who are designing and conducting very elaborate experiments to try to find out how everything came to be. They are, underneath their highly specialized education and training, very ordinary people with families and ordinary lives. They are not infallible sources of truth and wisdom. They disagree with each other. There is an erroneous and widespread perception about scientists, namely that they are completely wise and can therefore be relied upon to tell the truth. They are supposed to be objective observers of objective reality. Scientists and doctors are subjective beings like everyone else, and their opinions, feelings, and perceptions color how they see the objective facts of any question or situation. Given that the science of low-level chemical exposure is in its infancy, and the science of low-level synergy is barely conceived, is it more reasonable to take the side of caution? Is it more reasonable to imagine that the human immune system doesn't know what to do with synthetics, and so they are stored in the body, leading to increasing toxicity and disease? Or is it reasonable to assume you can put low levels of anything in there as long as it has not been proven to cause a problem? Scientists do not say that low levels of chemicals in the human body are harmless. What they say is that many of them have not been proven harmless or harmful by means that satisfied them. Does that mean they are personally anxious to ingest a bunch of different chemicals into their bodies because it has not been proven harmful to do so? I doubt it. But the mind game they continue to play with the public goes like this. It hasn't been proven that ingesting or inhaling or absorbing low levels of a synthetic chemical is harmful to your health. So therefore, you should go ahead and keep on ingesting and absorbing this stuff until science gets around to convincingly proving that it is okay. This is dangerous nonsense. These guys are saying trace levels of chemical X may not be causative in relation to an increase in disease. But what about trace levels of 10, 20, 50, or 100 chemicals? What are the synergistic effects that cause illness and disease? Do these scientists know? Of course not. But any idiot knows that if you pollute yourself, you get sick. Responding to skeptics who discount as alarmist all concerns about the hormonal effects of synthetic chemicals, the authors of Our Stolen Future point out that manufacturers frequently withhold information about the ingredients in their products using the claim of proprietary information or trade secrets. As a result, it is anybody's guess how many of the plastic consumer goods on the market contain hormone-disrupting chemicals. The information in the scientific literature about the biological activity of the human exposure to chemicals of concern is equally fragmentary and unsatisfactory. What is definitely not normal is how our bodies are losing many of our natural defenses that help to repel chemicals and viral invaders and to keep us healthy. A 2004 special issue of Environmental Science and Technology, an American Chemical Society journal, was devoted to the new science of ecotoxicology, the study of synthetic chemical effects on life and environment. The journal editors wrote that this new field and its research are vital if we are to protect our living heritage from the cocktail of chemicals present in all environments. Cited as particularly important was research about the impact of musk fragrances, those synthetic chemicals used to enhance the smell of shampoos and air fresheners and detergents, which aren't removed by sewage treatment and as a result now contaminate most bodies of water. A California Sea Grant program examined how these synthetic fragrances affect the natural defenses of mussels. After a large group of mussels was exposed to low concentrations of 6 commercial musk chemicals, they were washed and placed in water containing a red dye. The mussels quickly soaked up the dye, which was abnormal because mussels have the ability to detect and repel foreign substances such as dyes. They had lost their natural defense as a result of the musk chemical exposure. Like mussels and most other animal species, humans use protective mechanisms against chemical invaders. It is known that these musk chemicals are building up in human tissues and becoming a permanent part of our toxic body burden. The health dangers are unknown, just another unknown among many. But this study suggests a way in which these chemicals may be weakening the human immune system. This is definitely not normal. All right, so there's one of the myths we cherish, that everything is normal, which is not normal. So let me give you some statistics, and this is from another one of my reference books. I will give you some statistics on what health and wellness look like and why chemical-free living matters so much to me and my family. The number 2, and these are current statistics from about a year ago, I believe. But the number 2 cause of death in the United States is cancer. 1,620 people a day die of cancer. 1 in 3 cases in the U.S. are directly linked to poor diet, physical inactivity, weight, or chemical exposure. The American Cancer Society says only 5 to 10% of all cancer cases are from gene defects. That's 5%. That means 95% of cancer cases are under our control. Let me give you some statistics from 1900. In 1900, 118 years ago, before all of these chemicals were invented and put on the market, in 1900, cancer is the 10th leading cause of death in the United States, responsible for only 3% of all deaths. By the end of the 20th century, cancer will be the cause of 20% of all deaths in the United States. And then we just heard from the other statistics that 95% of cancer cases are under our control by what we use in, on, and around our bodies. So let's see. The National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health studied 2,983 ingredients in our products at home and found 884 toxic ingredients. 314 of them caused biological mutations. 218 caused reproductive problems. 778 were toxic to the human body. 146 they knew caused cancer tumors but were allowed in the United States, even though they were banned in other countries around the world. Many of these chemicals are allowed in common cleaning supplies in the United States, things under your cabinet right now. So why is it important that we stop using chemicals on our body? I'm going to tell you right now. 26 seconds after exposure, chemicals are found in measurable amounts in the human body. The average woman applies 300 chemicals to her body a day, 80 before eating breakfast. The top 10 most dangerous on the list: chemical cleaning supplies, drain and oven cleaners, and furniture polish, as well as dishwasher soap and dish soap. Beauty supplies and personal care products such as hairspray, gel, shampoo, and deodorant are laden with chemicals. You can look at the information. One of the top pollutants in the family home is laundry soap and fabric softener. You wash your clothes in it. It sits on your skin. It outgasses in your closet all night long. And that information is straight from the government, from the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency's Top 10 Killer Household Chemicals Study. There are 100,000 chemicals on the market today. The Toxic Substance Control Act of 1976 grandfathered them in. So what does that mean? It means, simply put, these chemicals have not had any safety testing, and we know very little information about their side effects. So let me reread what Mr. Fitzgerald said. Let's see. Oh, okay. So these guys are saying trace levels of chemical X may not be causative in relation to an increase in disease. But what about trace levels of 10, 20, 50, or 100 chemicals? What are the synergistic effects when we mix those chemicals together? What are the synergistic effects that cause illness and disease? Do these scientists know? Of course not. But any idiot knows that if you pollute yourself, you get sick. So remember, they don't know what one chemical will do. They don't know what 10, 20, 50, or 100 chemicals will do. But we have 100,000 chemicals on the market today. So Dr. Samuel Epstein, chairman of the Cancer Prevention Coalition, says it is unthinkable that women would knowingly inflict such exposure on their infants and children and themselves if products were routinely labeled with explicit warnings of cancer risks, but they are not labeled. So again, since the 1940s, prostate cancer is up 200%, thyroid cancer 155%, brain cancer 70%, and the American Cancer Society estimates a 50% rise in cancer rates by 2020. It is no wonder that the quality of our air inside our home is 5 to 7 times more toxic than outdoor air quality. So now for the good news, because I told you I was going to share some good news for you. One of the things that I do, besides being a mom of 5 and homeschooling our 5 children, is I have a home-based business where my job is to share with whoever will listen on how to get the chemicals out of your home, switch to plant-based, all-natural products that are good for you, not harmful. They don't have the synthetic chemicals in them, but they have plant-based products that are actually good for you. And what I would love for you to do is learn alongside our team and let us guide you through the process in getting the chemicals out of your home in simple, easy steps. And so the company that I use, this home-based business that I share, is with Young Living Essential Oils. And it's super duper simple to get started. Super, super easy to get started. You get your own lifetime wholesale membership where you can log on, order for yourself. Everything is shipped directly to your home. You decide what you're going to order. And it's super easy. So all you have to do is head to youngliving.com. Then you click on Become a Member and enter the sponsor and enroller number that I will give you right now if you have a pen. My member number is 1416900, and that's the information that you will need for the sponsor and enroller blanks that you'll see there after you click on Become a Member. And then that would add you to our team, and that way I can support you on your healthy journey and send you reference material. So it's super easy. But to become a Young Living wholesale member, you order a premium starter kit. So once you have put in the sponsor and enroller number, it will take you to a second page and ask for personal information where you'll set up your account. So be sure and write it all down because you're going to need it again. You'll need your username and your password to log on again later. And then the third page will ask you which starter kit you want. My personal favorite is the Rainstone diffuser with the premium starter kit. But if your budget is tight, the home diffuser works wonderfully too. I'd also encourage you to sign up for Essential Rewards because you get to pick the oils or the natural personal care products that come to your door every single month. You switch them out and you get paid 10% back for everything you order in new oils. That's 10% back on your laundry soap, your dish soap, your Thieves cleaner, which is all I use to clean my house. I have one chemical-free, plant-based, totally safe cleaner in my home, and it's the Young Living Thieves household cleaner. It comes in a bottle. You dilute it with water to whatever ratio you need to clean with, and then you can clean your entire house. That's what I use. It is one of the best choices I have ever made for my family. So if you'd like to add that to your order, I recommend the Thieves Essential Rewards Kit because in one swoop, it contains just about all you need to get rid of nearly every chemical cleaner in your home. It's simple and easy. And if you're taking chemical-free living head on, it's the best, most economical place to start. So then, so we clicked on Become a Member. You put in my member number, 1416900. That adds you to our team so that I can contact you with information and reference material. You chose your premium starter kit to get started with, and then your final window asks for payment and you're off and running. And I would be honored to have you as part of our team. Once you do that, look for a welcome packet from me in the mail. We also have some Facebook groups. But remember, this is something you need to take seriously. If you need to, go back and listen to this show and listen to why you need to take this seriously. Because no one is watching your home but you. You are the gatekeeper. And I'd be willing to bet my life there are things in your home right now that you're exposed to every single day that could be killing you. And the thing is, it's totally preventable. So what do you do until the box arrives from Young Living? Because you've ordered your premium starter kit and you're ready to go. So what do you do while you wait? You just start small, start slow, start with what you're convicted on. But I'll give you a few tips. With your food, flip the labels over and start reading the ingredients. If you can't pronounce it, don't eat it. It doesn't mean you can't have ice cream. Just go for the ice cream with milk, sugar, eggs, and vanilla instead of an ingredients list of 35 items you can't pronounce. With your home, start with the biggest offenders first. Laundry soap, dishwasher soap, cleaning supplies, candles, and plug-ins. Toss the candles and plug-ins. They are so polluting. Swap them out with the diffuser and pure essential oils that are coming in your box. Young Living has oil-infused Thieves Cleaner, laundry soap, and dish soap that's affordable and simple to use. You can kick all of those chemicals to the curb and switch to Thieves. Add them to your Essential Rewards order once you have that starter kit. This is about small, simple baby steps. Take it 1 month at a time and swap out things in your home. Maybe the first month you focus slowly on Thieves Cleaner and toss your cleaning supplies. You can start that today by grabbing a $22 bottle of Thieves Cleaner. And it makes 19 spray bottles, by the way. The next month, swap out some laundry soap or dish soap. Month 3, focus on your personal care products, deodorant, shampoo, toothpaste, body wash. Month 4, beauty supplies like face wash. Every day you leave your makeup on, your skin ages by 7 days. Use a chemical-free option to get it off. And the Young Living Art line is my favorite. And now we have Savvy Minerals all natural makeup from Young Living. So now you don't even have to go to the store for your makeup. You can just sit down and order it on your computer and have it sent straight to your house. So just remember that you matter, your family matters, your friends matter, and you can take control of your own health, kick the chemicals out of your life, and start living clean. So I appreciate you joining in today. I pray that the information I shared was interesting to you. I pray that you take it to heart and that you start kicking those chemicals to the curb, because all I want for my family and for your family is to reduce our chemical burden, our toxic load, and increase the health and wellness inside our homes. So I pray you have a wonderful evening, and we'll be back next week. So meet me here on Monday, and we'll continue learning how to get the chemicals out of your home, how to eat better, and what you should be looking for. So I'll talk to you soon. Have a wonderful evening.